5 attractive qualities to know he's a loyal life partner. Before I became familiar with the science of attachment and understanding when things were going well, in times of conflict though, like when he wanted to see his friends instead of me, watched a game instead of caring for me, or left his dirty socks in the living room, I took his actions personally. Aren't I important? What about me? As a result, I sometimes said mean things, which I usually regretted. I'd respond in extremes. You never do, X. Or, you always do, X. I learned the power and value of positive communication during my training as a psychotherapist for couples and individuals. The lessons I learned positively changed my life. Every couple faces challenges in their relationship. No matter how great the couple looks on Facebook or how many kisses, hugs, and loving photos you see of your friends, every relationship has its challenges. It's because of 2 contradictory facts. Our desire to love, care, and attention triggers the core emotions of anger and sadness in the brain. When unmet, these emotions can escalate in intensity over time. It doesn't mean we can't feel emotions, we've just blocked them from our conscious awareness. One partner in a relationship cannot realistically meet all of the needs of the other. We will sometimes feel unloved, uncared for, unappreciated, hurt, and angry. That is not bad. That is not good. It just is. According to Gottman Institute research, our ability to deal with conflict significantly predicts our relationship's longevity. If you want to build a long and satisfying relationship, you must pick a partner to work with you. After all, it takes 2 to tango. Those are 5 qualities you should look for in a partner. I even recommend putting these requirements on your dating profile page to weed out those who don't care about healthy communication. It'll make it easier to endure the tough times and grow closer. Here's an example. Partner wanted someone who values empathy, emotional intimacy, and the importance of talking to solve problems. You must be willing to discuss relationship values and understand how the brain and emotions work in intimate relationships. The 5 qualities. 1. The capacity for empathy. Empathy is the ability and willingness to put yourself in another person's skin and imagine how they feel, which can be completely different from how you see and feel things. Without empathy, how do we understand each other? Without a capacity for empathy, treating you with compassion, kindness, and consideration will likely not be a priority for your partner. 2. Humor. Humor can diffuse strained relationships and turn a bad situation into a positive one. Wayne knew when to use humor with Jenna. He could sense when her mood changed. Jenna became critical of Wayne, nitpicking things she didn't care about. Wayne felt her irritation. Rather than getting defensive or withdrawing, which rarely helps, he would say to her with a goofy voice, "Are you trying to pick a fight with me?" As Jenna pondered the question, she wondered if she was picking a fight with him. "I guess I am," she replied. Through his humor, she became conscious of and owned her anger. Having become aware of her anger, she could figure out what was bothering her and talk to Wayne directly about it. Without his humorous invitation, she would not have been able to. There are times when humor is not the right approach. However, when it does work, it works well. 3. The willingness to talk it through. If 2 people love each other and are motivated to remain together, they can resolve most conflicts. However, resolving disputes requires time, patience, and excellent communication skills. Partners should find common ground or be comfortable with disagreeing. Conflicts can take a while to resolve because many steps must be taken until both sides feel heard. For good communication, both partners must be clear on the problem and understand its meaning and importance for the other person. Conveying empathy for each other and brainstorming until a solution feels suitable for both is essential for a resolution. You have to talk things out until both of you are feeling better. 4. Understands how emotions function. We cannot prevent emotions from occurring in times of conflict and threat. even if we are witty or clever. Emotions are hardwired in our brains the same way, so no one can prevent them from happening. In the face of emotions, we only have some choice about what to do. Some people react immediately, giving in to their impulses. That's how conflicts escalate. Others pause to reflect before acting. If we think before speaking or acting, we can control the outcome of our interactions much more effectively. A partner who lacks an understanding of emotions may negatively react or criticize you for your feelings. Rather than reacting, we want someone who gets curious and asks what upsets us rather than taking our moods and gripes too. Our ideal partner will listen without getting defensive. We want to find someone who understands that sometimes there is nothing to fix and that listening patiently is essential for couples. Additionally, we want a partner who demands the same understanding and care as we do. Honoring emotions does not mean taking care of your partner's feelings at your own expense. That leads to resentment. It also doesn't mean that you let your partner abuse you. Instead, it means that you care when your partner is upset and try to help them. 5. Establishing ground rules is essential. The first few months of a relationship usually goes smoothly. However, as soon as the courtship period ends, differences and disagreements arise. Establishing ground rules before conflicts occur is a good idea. A ground rule is a set of guidelines for constructive conflicts. The goal is to learn how each other can help in a disagreement. For example, you can agree to talk calmly versus shouting at each other. Setting ground rules aims to anticipate conflicts and arguments and prepare for damage control. During fights, neither you nor your partner can be rational or cool because your emotional brain is temporarily hijacked. You and your partner need to stay respectful and connected to resolve conflicts. Your partner needs to learn how to avoid making matters worse for you, and you need to know how not to avoid making matters worse for them. Teach each other what you need when you feel bad, sad, angry, or any other emotion. The brain has different triggers. An eye roll can send one partner over the edge while not affecting the other. You could establish a ground rule like don't roll your eyes. During a discussion, for instance, you may walk out on someone, threaten to break up, make your partner jealous, insult each other, or be physically aggressive. All of these are wrong moves that trigger primitive survival reactions. That never leads to any good. 1. My ground rules. 2. Neither of us insults the other. 3. During a discussion, we never walk away without indicating our intention to return. 4. Neither of us shouts. 5. Even when we are angry, we remind each other of our love and care for each other. 6. Neither of us dismisses the feelings of the other. 7. Neither of us threatens to leave the other. We are only done talking once both sides feel understood and better. However, it is okay to take a break as long as we will return later to resolve the issue. Knowing precisely what your partner needs when upset would be fantastic, wouldn't it? When you feel upset, wouldn't it be great if your partner knew exactly what you needed for comfort and gave it to you? Can you imagine how wonderful it would be if you could handle disagreements before they occur? Whenever you look at each other during a fight and wonder, what was it about you that I used to like? You'll be glad you discussed it beforehand. Perhaps you will laugh together or take pride in preparing for this moment, sharing, well, here we are, just as we discussed. Hopefully that will bring some relief to the misery that comes with a fight with a loved one. To find a partner with these 5 qualities, you must be somewhat vulnerable and have the courage to discuss them openly. Make sure you believe in yourself and your worth and deserve a mutually satisfying relationship. Many people worldwide are looking for loving relationships. You can find your loving partner by keeping these 5 qualities in mind. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, remember, change your thinking and you change your life.